I have passages from Healing Sex. This is for CSA survivors, and this chapter was on dissociation, and basically how dissociating during sex is very common for CSA survivors. Dissociation is a survival tool, and a good one at that. You would not have survived as intact as you are had you not dissociated. I have come to think of dissociation as a kind of emotional immune system response. When a virus invades your body, your immune system acts automatically to preserve your health. You do not have to send out any kind of alert or instructions. Dissociation also happens without us thinking about it or having any control over it. The funny thing about dissociation is that it is a temporary survival technique. Although you get away from the immediate pain and fear, the trauma does not get processed or healed by dissociating. The emotional responses to sexual abuse remain in your body, awaiting your attention. During recovery, you have the chance to reintegrate, to feel and come to peace with these bodily held traumatic experiences. A tricky thing about dissociation is that it can continue long after the danger is over and its usefulness has passed. Dissociation becomes so practiced that you can find yourself leaving your body even when you are not in danger. Many survivors come to believe that being dissociated or out of your body is the safest and sometimes the only safe way to live. Even if you know you are safe, dissociation may still be your automatic response to closeness, intensity, fear, or sexuality. Dissociating comes to be what feels normal. Some survivors dissociated from the feelings of abuse, but visually remember exactly what happened. Many of these survivors believe that the abuse was no big deal. By dissociating from their feelings during the abuse, they tried to minimize its emotional impact. Dissociation can be as subtle as spacing out for a brief time, or as extreme as blocking out the memory of abuse entirely. This is called traumatic amnesia. You may have no recollection of the abuse whatsoever, or only a vague sense that something happened. Or you may know that you are terrified of a certain person or place, but have no idea why. As the dissociation thaws, memories can return in many ways. You can experience body memories, actually experiencing the pressures, sensations, and terror of the abuse, yet having no visual or narrative recollection of the events. You may remember disjointed pieces of information, places, people, or specific details. Some survivors have a full video replay, remembering sights, sounds, feelings, and even smells. The specific type of recollection matters less than the healing that comes from it. Re-embodying and thawing from dissociation are vital to healing your sexuality. The numbers and types of memories are less significant. Every survivor I have worked with minimizes the abuse in some way. Maybe it was worse for somebody else, or I should be over it, or what's the big deal? He just made me suck him off, are comments I hear over and over again. Minimizing sexual abuse is another means of dissociating or distancing yourself from the pain. To really acknowledge the impact of childhood sexual abuse, to really face how it has affected your life, means feeling the pain, anger, loss, and betrayal. The good news is that this heals you, and it gets you in touch with the enormous resources, resilience, and courage that got you through. Some examples of what dissociation can feel like, because it can be a whole range of things. These are different anecdotes. When I'm dissociated, the vividness of things fades. The colors feel less bright, and everything feels distant or separate from me. Somebody else. Instead of telling the truth, I try to make everything look okay. It feels like I am the only one who knows what's going on, and I'm faking out my lover. This is how I can tell that something must have scared me and that I'm going into survival mode. Somebody else. I am easily distracted, thinking of everything other than the sex I am having, like figuring out who's going to babysit the kids next week and what I should do about a problem at work. I start to think a lot. New person. I can't really feel my body anymore. It feels like I am floaty. I can't find me. Sometimes I look down at my arm and I wonder if it is really my own arm. Another person says, I hold my breath and everything goes blank. I can't think and I can't feel. Your body and dissociation. Now look for the body process that goes along with dissociation for you. What is happening in your body when you dissociate? Watching your breathing is usually a good place to start. Is your breath shallow? Are you holding your breath? What about the rest of your body? Can you feel your arms and legs? Do you feel any sensation in your back? Are you tensing the muscles in your shoulders, pelvis, or genitals? Does your lower body disappear? Scan through the rest of your body. Which places in your body feel blank or frozen? Which areas do you not want to inhabit? You may find that you have little or no sensation in a particular part of your body. It may feel blank, numb, or void. This is an area to pay attention to. It may hold old tension or trauma from the abuse. I also wanted to throw in, while I totally think that this is good advice, I definitely feel like I have several different flavors of dissociation. So if you struggle to find what happens for you or your style of dissociation, maybe you have multiple styles. On triggers, what caused you to dissociate? Can you trace your experience back to the moment when you first started dissociating? What did you want to get away from? These questions may seem unanswerable at first. You may think, I have no idea, it just happens. You can learn to notice, however. Usually, dissociation is a move away from some overwhelming or uncomfortable sensation or emotion. Your body registers a feeling that you perceive to be dangerous or threatening, and your brain helps you remove yourself to safety. Now that you are an adult and engaged in a process of healing, you are no longer in danger, however much you may feel afraid. Feeling these emotions and moving towards these sensations is your path to healing and having your life and sexuality back. By learning what happens in your body when you dissociate, you can come to know the intricacies of how and when you check out. This then gives you options for how to check in again. Eventually, you can learn how to notice dissociation as it is happening and not check out at all. You can develop a habit of bringing you back to yourself over and over again. You will find that you return more quickly and easily with practice. Noticing that you are checking out is half the battle. Watch for your own signals, particularly those sensations that let you know you are going away. Once you notice, drop your breath low in your body, down into your belly. Breathe. Reassure yourself. Tell yourself that everything will be all right. Invite yourself back. Get up and move your body. Increase your blood flow and heart rate by swinging your arms and shaking your legs. Bring your focus back into your body. If you can't feel a particular area of your body, rub yourself there. Bring the feeling back into you. Notice your surroundings. What colors are the walls? Who is in the room with you? Then bring your focus to your emotions. What are you feeling? Say this out loud. I am scared, or I am sad. Do you need to tell someone what's going on? Do you need support? Believe it or not, you will survive your fear, anger, your pleasure, and your grief. Emotions show up as sensations in the body. When you feel shame, what physical sensations go along with that? What about guilt, or pleasure, or love? What is it like to feel the emotion instead of making it go away? To embody, you must build your tolerance for more intense sensations. To have an embodied sex life, you must learn to face the feelings you needed to turn away from in the past. Last, watch what you are thinking. Are the messages that you are telling yourself soothing or empowering, or self-denigrating? Often we are hard on ourselves as a way of avoiding feelings of anger, hurt, or fear. It may seem easier to be cruel to yourself than to face what others did to you. This internal cruelty helps to keep you dissociated. If you find you are speaking harshly to yourself, try telling yourself something neutral. Breathe. It's okay. I am going to be okay. Or even positive if you can get there. I'm worth it. I can do this. Most important, be sure to consciously practice being embodied. Dedicate time to it. Working with dissociation is working with re-embodiment. You can increase your tolerance for the rushes of shame, pleasure, anger, and love that once sent you into dissociation. This is a process of building your capacity to be present for your sensations and emotions.